What about getting the past follow their owner, maybe? What, in this thing already? Yeah, I was just kind of thinking of something super simple to get practicing the syntax on. Because I feel I don't even have like a concept of owner in that. But I guess we could just do it the same way. We could have this target actor be the owner. And have it follow her around. But then that's gonna... I don't think that fits in one task. That seems like a service, doesn't it? I think it would be, yeah. So it, I guess like the example of one that they have is like a wait, right? There'd be other things. Come on. I mean, we could wait for an event to fire back, right? We could bind to something, a task. That's quite a realistic example, right? We could bind to something on the character, and then when the character does that thing, we can press a key, then it'll break out of that state. Something like that. That could work. I'm trying to think of something a bit more realistic for us, like... Because we might set a task, like, wait for this. And then it will need to tell it about it, right? So you can either do that via using a state machine and just have a state that represents that. Or you could just put it in a state where it binds for that for an event and comes, of course, back to it. I think we can try and do that and see what issues we come across. So first off, we'd need to have our character have an event that it can fire, I guess, right? We'd need to bind to it in here, and then we'd need to unbind to it on the destruction. That's the way I thought it was a good example. It has all of the different steps we might need. So it'd just be like a delegate, I guess. I'm trying to think if you can make it generic where you could tell it the delegate, but I don't think you can. We'll just make a task specific for it. So let me have a quick look in this a sec. Wait, no, hang on. Can you just open a separate one? I just want to see what kind of events I have on my character, which would make sense. Because we have some on the dungeon, like a dungeon's complete, right? Right, with these sort of delegates in here. I don't think we've got anything on the character, though, have we? No, I'm pretty certain we don't. Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have any delegates in here. No, the only delegates we tend to have seem to be in this dungeon. Yeah, you can see loads of these, right? These are timer handles, but these are our own custom ones, right? So I guess, yeah, let's just take a delegate and declare it in our character, in our new project. So we made our character, right? So we can go ahead and we can make a... Oh, we probably do this up here instead, don't we? We'll call this F. Let's try and think of a silly example for this to work. Let's do like a dog whistle, shall we? Oh no, whistles. Perfect. So you can wait for an owner. You can say stay, and then the dog will stay, and then you can run away, and then it'll wait for a whistle. But it can be interrupted by, like, if an enemy comes, then that can break it out with a what they call decorator. But otherwise, it waits for that event. Yeah, I think maybe this is a Good work. Alright, let's start with that. And then let's make a member for it. This is now owner whistle, right? I mean, it doesn't like this at all. Did I call it on owner whistle? No. Oh, whistles. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, is it? Let's close editor a sec. Just compile it and make sure there's no. Oh, wrong project. Ah! This one. File this. Is he going to complain about this? Shouldn't do. I just don't like. My visual assist has been proper crap today. Why is it not picking this up? It's like literally defined up there. Anyway, okay, so we want to make a public function on this. Well, it's already. This is already public, right? So we can bind to it. For now, for clarity, let's make a void. Do dog whistle. Do pet whistle. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And in here, we're just gonna say if this is bound. I'm gonna go ahead and broadcast it. There's no parameters, so that's fine. That's accessible now. Really, this should probably be in. No, let's keep it public. It really doesn't matter for now. Okay, so we'll want to bind to that in our new one, and then we'll need to do something. We can call this via blueprint then, I think. So in which case, we need to make it. New function, blueprint callable. Would you make it blueprint implementable? I don't think we need to. I think all our logic can be just. We don't need to do anything else with it. Okay, so. Let's continue with this then. We will need to make a new. I'm going to make a new behavior tree task. Hey, Dizzy, long time, man. How goes it? Okay. Yeah, job's going good. I enjoy my job. Thank you very much. It's been interesting over with COVID and everything. And working from home is fine, but I think I do miss an environment with people around me. But I've come up with strategies to help me stay focused and work harder, which has been good. But yeah, otherwise it's good. Where I'm fortunate to be in a job where it's been very minimally impacted. Okay, so we want to go ahead and make a new task. We're going to do a CPP one, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say new. We want to base this off of our Blackboard task. One of these, yeah. Blackboard base. It's going to be called BT task. And then await whistle. We're going to call it. Now, I wonder, should you pass in an owner to bind to it? I wouldn't quite say that, but thank you, Dizzy. We're trying this month, so I don't know. Yeah, you haven't been about too much in the last few months, so I just give you a heads up on what I'm doing with streaming these days, man. So in my channel, you should be able to now see. Well, Twitch works a bit funkily. It doesn't actually list it anywhere unless you click on this, and then go into videos, and then go into collections. It's so accessible. But I'm starting to do a bunch of different collections. Every month I'm doing a game dev learning kind of challenge thing. So you can see the first one I did was making a character from scratch. So we modeled it out, and then we ended up rigging it and then chucking it into editor, just to learn about that whole process. Then we did particle systems, where we ended up doing like fogs, a bit of rain, some fiery stuff, because I'd never done that using Niagara. Then last month I wanted to get into materials and learning a bit about those, so it was good. It was worthwhile, actually. I really liked that. And we ended up making some nice general surfaces, materials that you could use, and then some water stuff we played with at the end. And then this month we're looking at AI behavior trees, which I haven't done much of at all. So we've done it in Blueprint. I'm just trying to see how to make them in CPP at the moment. Just have one as a base, so when I want to make one, I don't have to do the teething process. Yeah, it's so basically, Dizzy, I think there's a load of skills in work that I never really have to do, but sometimes I will. Like, for example, I haven't had to do anything with behavior trees in work, but I know that they use behavior trees, and there was one task I might have, that there was a chance of me having to work on, which would have meant that I needed to update one of the behavior trees and that, and I really need to get some experience with it. That was a while ago now, but still, these things I don't use daily, but just at least having a flavor of it and understanding. Like, with behavior trees, the main thing for me is understanding how data is transferred around. Using the Blackboard, it's a bit weird. It's not very intuitive. So, like, yeah, I just want to get that base understanding. Same with materials. I want to know what's possible. And I feel like, so far, these things have really been good for that. Ah, hello there, Reality. Yes. So, in this, they seem to be... They have a... It's a bit weird in Unreal, but I'm sure it's normal at the same time. But they have like a behavior tree, which is the main thing, which will iterate through a bunch of nodes, which can come in the shape of tasks. But those there's also, to make it more complicated, there's either a sequence or a selector step, which is governs how the tree should navigate based on whether its task that it leads to succeeds or fails. But you can attach decorators, which are almost like gating, like if this is true, do this, or check this before going forward. So you can add some kind of if conditions to your selectors or your sequences. And then you can also add surfaces to them, which is a way for you to like poll data, whether it be continually or when the tree goes in that route or when the tree comes out of that route. You can do some logic. It might be update some value or retrieve some data and give it to your tree. So your binary tree, your behavior tree, then stores it in a Blackboard, which is their scratch memory, if you will, their working memory shared between all nodes. But then each individual node has its own little local memory as well. Yeah, that's the general thing, I think. What have you been up to, Dizzy? I don't know if that helps at all, Reality. You've probably seen a bit of it already. Because I remember, Reality, weren't you initially working on some like space? This is a long time ago now, wasn't it? Like some, like you were in these little rooms in like a space station or a spaceship or something, and you're a robot, and you had to give instructions to go. And, what was it? Was that you? I feel it was you, but I might be wrong. I might be very wrong, actually. Soccer band game or soccer band? I'm trusting I can Google this. Not going to be some secret word for robot porn or something that I'm not aware of. Soccer band game. What is soccer band? Oh, yes. Yes. Well, I do remember correctly. Yay. Well done, me. I've been working at a studio, but clearly I know more than everyone there, including the bosses. Kind of sucks because... Ah, I see. Yeah, that must be a bit of a socially a challenging situation for you. Congratulations. Are you happy to be working at this a studio? Right, a wait whistle. We're going to chuck that in. This should make us a nice class, which we are then going to I say nice class, it's just going to make us an empty class, but we're going to then define that in the C. Yeah, exactly, Dizzy. Well, that's nice. At least you feel like you're getting fair pay for it. Like my salary is very low for what industry is or what developers get, but it's enough to cover my bills, and right now that's enough for me. I'd love to like buy a house again one day. I bought a house once when I was with an ex-partner, but that fell through. But it's harder to buy a house on your own, and that's one thing I'm not going to be able to do on my current salary. But the current state of the world as well, who flipping knows what's good to do these days, eh? Okay, so now we have this. We now want to go ahead and implement. Go on, please work this time. Give me your virtual stuff. You silly. Don't know what's wrong with Visual Assist. I'm going to close it. I'm going to reopen the solution. I'm very unhappy with how my project is behaving today. Right, Visual Studio. Let's just start from the beginning. Hello, how are you? I'm very well, thank you for asking, Visual Studio. Yes, the wife and kids are just wonderful. They say hi. Yes. Okay, enough pleasantries. We're going to generate you some project files. Here we go. We're just going to... Oh no, I did the wrong thing. I double clicked it. Shh. Okay, that was my bad. I misused you. We want to generate some some project files. Okay, no problem, Brainoid. Get some good sleep, dude. Enjoy the basket nap. If I'm still on when you get back, I'll see you then. Okay, we generated project files. I just opened the wrong project. I didn't mean to click on it. I just want to give focus to this flipping. I'm having very bad luck with this stuff today. Right. Project. Move over to this project, please. Don't build that crap. Visual Assist, it's not recognizing, like I made a delegate and it didn't color code it to be yellow, and then it doesn't auto complete it, and then it isn't auto generating virtual functions, which is something I really like about Visual Studio as well, about Visual Assist. So normally what I can do, if I extend something like this, I can right click on it, and then I can I don't know where it is. It's normally here, like virtual functions, and then it basically gives you a list of all things that this implements. But I'm not getting any of it. Not too sure why I'm not. Oh my gosh, it's the wonderful Auroral Games, everybody. If you're in chat and you'd like to welcome Mel and her wonderful crew, then feel free to drop some pigs and some horses in chat, because that's the way that we greet people, is with pig horses. Long boys, if you want, feel free to drop in as many bellies as you want. Well, Visual Assist with Unreal is meant to be what makes it usable, right? Mel, I saw you were doing some isometric stuff when I popped in earlier. What? How did that go? And what did it finish like? Give me a screenshot. So many questions. Can't stop talking. All right, we'll try one more time. Go on. You've had time to do your stuff. No. You know what, Visual Assist? I don't want you to do it. I'm so upset that I'm going to try just to see my other project to see if it works. And then I know that just that project is being crap. A little jungle house. Oh, that sounds exciting. Oh, the wonderful Fletcher is here as well. Hello, Fletcher. What's been concoctioning in the lab of yours? Have you still been working in the entity component system? Dear Fletcher, dear Fletcher. Okay. I mean, this is fine. It's loading the symbols. But still, if I go here, it doesn't let me do it anymore. Hello? Visual Assist. It's enabled. Makes me sad. Normally you click here, this. See? Implement virtual methods. You click it, then you go, pow. Look at all this, and you can get everything that it inherits from, and it'll let you like define them that way, which is lovely. And make sure you get your signatures all nice and correct. In other news, if we try and do it here, you see, you don't want to give me that privilege, do you? Visual Assist. You'll make me sick. Welcome to Long to Stream. Anyway, sorry, Aurora, you caught me at a time where I'm very upset with Unreal at the moment. Don't you worry about me. So we need to actually go in and look at the functions that we need to implement them, which is going to be in the base class of this. Right, these. So let's go ahead and get into... We need execute, abort. We also need the tick as well, don't we? Tick task. Alright, so we're going to chuck one of these in. Where's our latest one? Whistle. That's what we're doing. We're making a whistling task. Okay, so we need the execute. The execute is basically your entry point for a task. After that, we want our... I guess the abort makes sense, but I'd probably have that as the third thing. I like begin play, end play, and in the middle is going to be our tick. That's more logical for Dan. So we're going to go down to our tick. Oh gosh, there's a lot of... What? Visual Assist, I swear. Just... I don't even know if Visual Assist anymore. It remembers like what you searched for last or something. I don't care. And it highlights it more than what you've actually searched for this time. I'm getting very upset with code today. Very upset. Here we go. Okay, so now we need to remember to do overrides. Let's whack that in there. And there. And there. Fantastic. I tried live coding yet? No, I installed it on my work rig the other day, but I've not actually given it a go. Do you do much of it yourself? Visual Assist, you killed my father. I will have my vengeance. Does it upset you often? Normally, I love it. I mean, nothing has exploded yet, so that's all good. Still working on ECS. Learned, though, that it's still missing a lot, like physics, animation, audio, so it can't be used for... Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I guess I need to look into it to really understand how it takes over. Like, I guess you don't use it in conjunction with a regular game flow, do you? Okay, so we've got these. Let's go ahead and implement these bad boys now, shall we? At least this bit is working for me. Take task. Thank you. Abort task. Sorry, my brain. Okay, so here's where we want to basically get hold of the character. Then we want to bind to the whistle event. That's pretty much it. I mean, if we can't get hold of the event or the character, let's. Oh no, hang on. Bind to the. How is this whistle working, Dan? You haven't thought it through all the way. We have a target. Is the target what we're going for towards? Yes. So our target is going to be whistling. Is it? Or are we going to be whistling and the target comes to us? No, because then the AI has to follow that. Oh, I haven't thought it through, have I? No, I have not thought this through. Well, maybe we can... This task can go on to something. Yeah, it should be okay. It should be okay. So get hold of the character's target. Let's say. Oh, Dan. I need to decide on the flow of this before I code this, because otherwise I'm going to be coming back on myself. I use live coding a lot. You change code and it patches even when the game is running. I heard something about that, but it would. The thing is, with work, we have like a custom. We can't do like hot reloads, for example. But out of work is something to think about, especially since I'm working with Brainode quite a bit. Be nice for us to do some peer coding in that way. I think there's a hybrid that works alongside normal mono behavior, but yeah, unless you plan to write your own animation system, gotta wait for Unity to do an ECS version of theirs. I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're prepared for the future, Fletch. Do you have any like bigger goals at the moment? Like what you're like that you'd like to you're kind of pushing towards? All right, Dan, you got to think of your dog design. Let's flip and do it. Dog design. So for this to work, we need to have. Oh, let's do one of these, shall we? All right, for this to work, we basically need an owner, and this is a person who whistles to make its dog come to it, him, her, them. Okay, and then we need a dog. A doggo who waits patiently when told to sit. No, when told to await a whistle. And then the doggo will run to the person when the person whistles. That's what I'd like. This is such a it's not even AI. I could do this in such different ways easily, but we're trying to do it where we want to have a task which kind of want a task where it'll wait. It needs to wait for something to happen, essentially. And ideally, something where we're using this node memory as well. So, realistically, I don't know if this task will actually achieve that for me. Will the dog be cute? No, the dog is just going to be a sphere. Hey, art stuff as well. That's a very kind term for what I'm doing. I'm exploring making a behavior tree node in CPP at the moment. So you want a game engine job rather than making games, you'd prefer to make the engine? There's an engine team with the company that we co-develop with in work. And then you end up working like across all the games that they make, but just like optimizing and really getting to low level crap. I'd say crap. I mean, it's good stuff, but it's not easy stuff. I just if you're looking to get into engine, then making your own engine is a good idea. If you're looking to make games, I'd question making a game engine. It's that project that like 50% of game devs try and do, and it's just like realistically, why? I think most people, if you look at it and say, I'm just going to do it to learn a little bit, then that's okay, maybe. But a lot of people are just like, oh, I just want to make my own engine now, as if they're going to use it. And realistically, they're not. Anyway, okay. Dog will run to the person and whistle. So what needs to happen in here? So when owner says wait, which is basically this await whistle. So this is AI for the dog, right? So this will need to be on a character which has a different AI tree. Crikey. Yeah, I will do it anyway. I'm sticking with this idea, whether it's a good one or a bad one. So when the owner says wait, or when the dog is told to wait, we can even do it that way. So we only have to focus on one behavior tree. when dog is told to wait, then bind to owner's whistle event. And then do we give it a cooldown as well? I'm trying to think what else would happen. And then basically when that event then happens, can you bind in an event actually? You should be able to actually, yeah. Okay, so when event... No, because we'd have to make a different function and bind and do... Which would end the task. So we still wouldn't be doing this tick task. So we kind of need to think of something... Turn success. So we'd end up having a function... which would just be our own little function in here. I'm pretty sure these are all... Are these public? We should have a look, actually. This is protected. This doesn't even have a specifier, does it? Why is Alt-G not working on that? It's flipping Visual Assist today, I swear. It's so frustrating. I just want to go to that class. Okay, so it's introduced in here. I put them into collections on my Twitch channel. So I clip them out into different, or highlight them out into different chunks based on the stream. Normally one per stream, but sometimes it can be like 3 chunks in a stream if they're distinct different parts. And so they're available on my channel that way. I plan on putting them on well, the plan was for me to then make a condensed version to put on YouTube. And also to releasing content to go with it, like the source code or whatever, but I haven't been that organized. Yeah, cool. If that's what you're interested in doing, Fletch, then push for it, dude. Good on you. Okay, so classes by default. What's the access? If there's no accessor for it, does that mean it's private? With a class. I know with a struct by default is public, but I thought the default for a class is that it's private. Well, let's just keep the same level. These two are protected. Let's go and do that. I'm very confused right now. What did I do on my other one? I just didn't give him one. Okay, I'm gonna put these as protected because that's what they're meant to be apparently. And then in public, we're gonna go ahead and also make. It doesn't need to be public. So this is just gonna be our void on dog whistle received. Have I called it dog whistle or just whistle? No, on whistle received. Oh, actually, what did I call my? Do pet whistle. It can be any pet, right? What did I call the event? Owner whistle. Yeah. Okay, sweet. So let's just call this on whistle received. Now create the implementation of that, and all this is going to do is just say return. I don't know if this is going to even work. It's worth trying, I guess, because I'm interested. Succeeded, right? So our tick at the moment is just going to return in progress, right? Because we're not going to do anything. Do you work? I work on 2 monitors at work, 3 at home. I don't particularly use all 3 very well. I think two suits me, but I need a big enough desk for it. I'm currently working on a small desk while waiting for a replacement desktop to be delivered, and yeah, having a bad setup is not very good for my neck and my general posture, I guess. How about yourself? Yeah, but the thing is, though, Fletcher, I think it'd be good for me because it's good for showing that I'm doing stuff. That's why I used to do the pictures of my food when I do that on the Sunday, because I can look back and there's evidence that I've been doing stuff, you know? So just formalizing the fact that I'm doing stuff is a nice way to appreciate that you do put time in to do good things and interesting things. 4 monitors. So I've got a 3 mounted thing. I've got like a bar that attaches to the back of the table, and that branches out to hold 3. I've seen I could have like a 4th above it. I don't feel I need it at the moment. The worst thing is, though, like, I don't even how I'd like to code if I was coding without having to check messages like I do in work, or without having to have my stream on the side, would be that I could just have like reference or different classes on different windows. I used to have like the output on one window. I used to turn all of this stuff onto another window. So then I felt I was just kind of not distracted by the code. That was good. I can't do it on stream either. Because the way that these things float makes it even worse. Because if I just click on this, it still floats on top. So that made it less ideal. Pasting tables makes great 3rd monitor stands. Hang on. Oh, a pasting table. Sorry, like a wall paste sort of thing. I was thinking you like copy and pasting tables in bloody in Excel or something then, mate. Alright, so this will be in progress. Oh, hang on. No. No. In progress will be here. Although this will actually need to return in progress. It can return fail as well. Okay, but anyway, we haven't finished designing this, right? Yeah, it kind of is, but I'm someone who's not on LinkedIn. I'm someone who's very, it may be to my own detriment one day, who knows, but I'm quite happy. I'm not looking for other jobs. I'm very happy with what I do. I got great people around me who I can learn from. I work on very exciting projects which are very mainstream. Or a very exciting project which is very mainstream, which is doing well, and I'm happy about that. And I really believe in what the company, like kind of company ethos, and the people who are in charge of the company as well. So all those things combined, I don't have lots of people like, oh, you should always keep an eye. Like that suits some people. I'm okay myself. Wow, fables. That's a skill. Doofus. Okay. So, what's that doggo thing doing? Okay, return success. But what about, will it give up? Okay, what can it do? Because the thing is, we don't really want to check our distance in here. Like if we're saying how far away is our owner. Because normally in the tick task, you're doing something, right? You want to continually do something. Or you're working towards getting to a state. You're querying, like, I guess you could query it still. It's just normally you'd use a service for this. So I guess, like, we could check distance from owner. Or even, are they facing me? You could look at. Line of sight, but you'd use the sensing for that. Like, we don't care how useful this is. This is more about just trying to. What I want to do is, one, I want to work with a task where we do execute tick task rather than just getting it all sorted in the execute. Secondly, I want to potentially read and write from our Blackboard, which will be accessible through this owner comp. Finally, I'd like to use this node memory, which is a way to have local memory in this task. And you define a struct for your data to fit into. So even if we store something in here, we might cache like the owner location, for example. Yeah, but I can't think of what we would do in tick task. I guess we could make it rotate. We could do a rotate thing, I guess. But it's awkward. Yeah, indeed. Okay. As much as I love this idea, I don't think it's going to give us exactly what we want. So I might just try and get it done and not worry about it ticking all of the boxes I wanted to. Let's just see if we can do it this way to begin with. I think what we'll do, we'll cache the location to practice using the memory. What should we write to the... We need to write anything to Blackboard as well? I mean, we could... okay, oh gosh, why do I think of these silly ideas? The more times you do it, the dog gets better at doing it, right? So we could do it every time that it ticks. It will try and be a very low chance. So it sets up the chance of failing. Yeah, this is so obscure. So you have an obedience. Obedience? Is that the word it is? Obedience? Uh-oh. Is it spelled like that? Or like that? Rating. Which is going to be a multiplier. So it's used to determine whether dog gets bored and fails. Okay. So that's what can happen in our tick task. So we would need to get the location from that. And if it successfully does it, then we increase it in here. We'd need to write to that task. I'm not sure if we have access to it though. Oh, crikey, we don't. Yeah, so we're not going to return here. We'd have to set a bool instead. So we'd have to have a bool has received whistle. Because we can only access the node memory between these things where it's passed in around. We can't do it like locally in a function. So in here we would need to just set has received whistle to true. I feel that's what we need to do. I think. This is such a silly thing. Why did I start this? But we're going to carry it on. Okay, so all I need to code now then is a dog with this AI, and then, or a sphere with this AI, and then I'll just chuck on the character, on its owner, something that will make it broadcast that event. I think that's the setup might work now. Okay. So for this to work, we'd need to get her. This is going to be on our dog. This is white whistle. So we need to get hold of our owner at this point. So first off, we'd do the same logic as we had before. We could also do this. Because we've got some member variables, it's probably good practice for us to do that. This is just setting our constructor up. But this is our task. Okay. Hey, Littlewood, nice to see you. How have you been? Any news with the job stuff? Okay, we're waiting for a whistle. What are we going to be writing back? Oh, that's the one thing we haven't decided. Oh no, it's going to be like an integer, right? Add. No. Why is the autocomplete not doing it? Flipping Nora. Flipping hate coding in C++ sometimes. Just give me a flipping autocomplete to help me code. Int filter. Hey, it is. It's just... Okay, so we're going to add an integer in, which is going to be like our dog obedience. Or something to do with that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we start off by that. When the task starts, we want to... The dog is going to get its owner, so we're going to have to make a little dog class. It's going to be very similar to the AI controller, I guess, right? The downside is we... If we made a pet, it needs to also be set up in the same way as this character. Can it just be another character? That's the other thing. But with a different... It can be the same character, but just with a different controller. And the controller can have a behavior tree set up to it, right? Yeah, I think for now that might be enough. Okay, so we're gonna take a lot of this logic, in which case let's go through. So we're gonna get the let's call it pet owners. Oh no, this is gonna be our pets controller. Let's not do ownership like that. So it's a pet controller in here. And then we want to get the pawn that is controlling this. And this again is just going to be one of these. So this is just going to be our pet character. And then we want to get the pet characters. Well, the target actor it'll be. So this is going to be our owner actor. And then we're going to have to try and cast that to be a character so that we can bind to its event. So we will have to go... Owner actors is a bad choice. Let's call it pet owner. If the pet owner can be cast to a NGC character, it can be cast to one of those. Then we would like, brackets. we want to bind to that event. So yeah, we would go pet owner character dot, what did I call it? On whistle. Something about whistling. I swear. This flipping autocomplete today. No, I'm on the wrong one. It's my own fault this time. Pet owner character dot whistle. This. That's what we want to bind to, right? And we want to go ahead and add dynamic, I think it is. But do we want to assign? Oh, no, yeah, we can remove dynamic in the abort. Shouldn't be an issue. So the add dynamic comes onto the actual event, the delegate that we want to. Oh my gosh, Dan. And we wanted to give it the pointer or the address of the function that we want to call after it. So that would be ubt task. Oh, wait, dog whistle on whistle received. So we want to do this in our abort as well, though. But we would need, maybe we'll store a reference to the owner. That's something we can store in our memory. Like so we don't have to constantly get them. So how do we do the memory stuff? You make a custom struct, I remember that much. Do they have it here? Where they use this thing. Here. Focus memory. So you just make your own struct. Can it just be anything? I think it can. So does that mean we would just make it in the header of this? Oh, not that one, sorry, this one. We just go ahead and make this. This is an binary tree pet memory for now. And this will just have our, won't just be an actor, we will want to store, what will we want to store? It'll be a AMGC character. The MGC is for the monthly game dev challenge. It's quite awkward to write out all the time. Pet owners character. Okay, let's try and store that. Don't know if we need other stuff for now. Just keep it simple. Okay. So they did something at rotate 1. Once they have the memory, they did something. See it down here. So you can make it, you can pass it into other functions, but it comes in with that. We don't have it between functions, I'm pretty sure. So I think it's almost like a static class, which is what I'm concerned about with the event. Whether anything using this behavior tree, they would all listen to it. A lot of things I don't know, but that's why we're doing this. I think they're trying to do stuff, you find stuff out, so it's not a problem. Let's get this node memories snippet in, shall we? Don't know why we'd need to reset the memory either, but I couldn't imagine it would last between sessions, between tasks. I'm not too sure. Let's have a butcher, shall we? But they did it. Was it an execute task? They did it, right? So this returned to our special dog memory. Should call it pet memory, really, but I think we've already... Oh, we did call it pet memory. Okay. I don't particularly like using checks, but we'll follow the format for now. And then how do they use my memory? In here, they just set it at certain points. Okay, so at that point, we'll save it then. So when we... Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong ones. Let's move these over to here because we're now working on these two more. So my memory at this point, once we get hold of this, we're going to cache it. Pet owner's character equals pet owner's character. That. I don't like that there's an S in there. Not that it matters, but... Okay. That should mean that we've got hold of that later when we need it. Okay. We need to read something as well, right? I guess instead of reading it from the Blackboard each time. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So in this, I'd also like to have int 32 obedience level. Just call it that. So this obedience level is going to get stored from the... We want to get a value from the Blackboard. And then we also need to know where they go to as well, right? So there's a few things we're doing in here. Well, actually, I don't know whether we'd move them. We'd just set a target location, maybe, on the dog and then move to target location. So I don't know if we'd have to store that. But we'd need to access our owner in order to get that location. And the owner might move from the time they started to say sit versus when they end up whistling. Okay. So we don't need to care about the location for now. But we do want to get the Blackboard, and the reason for that is we want to get a value. We don't need to store it anyway. It's going to be of type integer. So then we would do my memory obedience level equals that. Okay. Now we've stored both of those. It's not going to complete, so this is going to be just in progress, I guess, right? However, if this failed, we would say it failed. Right, we'll get rid of that. Move that higher so we don't forget that we've done that. So at this point, we should be able to combine these two. Like that. But I guess you would check, you would probably check it first. If my memory... Oh, hang on, we have... Hold on. Yeah, oh, we need to do the whole, this thing, don't we? We need to cast it to be the... We want... Oh, so we've already checked it, I guess, right? But we'd want to check this, though. Is what we're pointing at still valid? If it is still valid, then we want to go ahead. We don't need to cast it. It already is of that type. We are accessing it twice this way, but I don't think there's an issue. We're going to remove. With the remove, do you check if you're bound to it? If you do, I think there is registered, isn't there? Curious about this actually. I'm getting no flipping autocomplete anyway, so never mind. You wrong. You're wrong. Okay, that's okay for that. So essentially now we just wait. Our pet will wait until they get this event. However, what we wanted to do was to do a fail mechanic, right? So if does dog get distracted? And if so, we fail. But we need to then create this function. It doesn't need to be a function or anything. Well, we're not. The dog is getting distracted due to his lack of obedience. So we need to, we may need to pass in the obedience level here as well. Because we won't have the memory to pass around at this point. So let's go ahead and tidy that up. So we need to get our memory again. No. Here. And then we want to say, I guess we can check my memory obedience level. And then we do our logic in here, which is going to say, I don't know how to do this. Like, it's going to call on tick. So this is a crazy likely. I think is it a proper tick or is it a task tick? Can you set the interval on them? I think it's literally on tick. Hey there, Malice. Yeah, so how can we do this logic? If we're basically saying, well, we can do a really crappy statement, right? See if the inobedience level is equal to 1. Then we need to do a random chance. Can't even think how to get a random float now. I really like... Why does the autocomplete not work for me today? It's making me very sad. How am I meant to remember how to do... Isn't it? Sake. No, but like, I know what you. It's just, it's been messing up all day for me, and it really, with Unreal, it's particularly frustrating. So it is fmath rand range. I want to float one here in min. Does that work? You just think you're in Niagara for some reason? Oh, the stupid flipping ID today. It works in my other project, just not this one. Sorry, it's making me a bit grumpy, people. Thank you, Mike, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Alright, what's going on here then? Lots of errors. First off, it doesn't know what one of these are. That's okay, we can include you. Why are these italicized as well? Hold on, what does this say? Function already has a body. Where is it? Can you not make your own? Hold on. Did I change it in this accidentally? No. Oh, I've not defined it in here. I think that is the problem. Yeah, if it's late is one thing. If it's just full stop not working, it's another thing. Okay, it doesn't know what AI controller is. We not include that? Or is it just... We shouldn't have to bring in AI control, should we? I mean, did we actually do that in this last one? We didn't have to bring that one in though, did we? Oh, so it already knows what one is? Oh no, it's complaining about this. Is it? Fair enough if it doesn't know what this is. That error message is not good though. Rid of that. I'm still complaining about that. Okay, I'm probably using... AI controller does have that. Spawn function. We did the exact same thing on this. Right? This it was fine with. Have we not brought in the main controller? Is that an issue? No, it shouldn't. Okay, let's get rid of that a sec. It shouldn't be an issue either. I wonder if it does throw an issue there now. Oh, it looks like it may do actually. No, hang on. Find target. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So we do need this? Sure, could we not just include a AI controller instead? I tried including that and it didn't. Oh, I can't be bothered to figure it out right now. There you go. We've included our controller, even though we're not actually referencing our controller. Okay, character. Doesn't know what this is. That's fine. It's called pet character. That's why. It's fine. We have a Blackboard component. Let's get an include for this as well. Come on. Oh, I'm getting so flippin' salty at this today. Oh, this is void and it's returning. Is it void tick task? I didn't think it was void. I might be wrong. It is. So how do they say when they finished? Okay, finish latent. This function here. What's this? Okay, that is something we need to know about. Okay, sweet. So we go into here and we do this instead. Don't return anything. Otherwise, and then I guess we can return, right? To stop the logic. Or we can just probably just use a bloody else for once. In progress, would it be? Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, if they get distracted, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're going with that. Oh, okay. So we were trying to do some silly logic about, this should compile now actually. That's what we were doing. We're trying to get it to bloody compile. Must return a value. You will. Just let me compile finally, please. I need this small victory right now. What's the abort meant to? Does it just return aborted? The end. Come on. Give me a compile. There we go. succeed. A game designer on Fall Guys has stated, log in fruit shoot is a cinnamon stick. It makes me so happy knowing the answer to that. No way! Doesn't look like a cinnamon stick, but in terms of the size of things, it makes sense. I'm glad that that's giving you joy on this day, though, Binary. Sorry, Binary. Wrong name. The book snail. There's someone called Binary Ferret, which is usually a B word with an animal afterwards, and then you're a B word with a crikey, a bug? What is it? They count as... What's a snail or a snug? They don't feel like insects. Or bugs. They're like, what's a worm? Help me with this. Gastropod. Alrighty. Well, you have a gastropod after a B word. Easy mistake. Okay. Is a worm a gastropod as well? Okay, we need to do this logic now. Roll of dice. Well, we do the roll of dice regardless, I guess, right? We're only going to roll the dice once here. Okay. I'm writing just sentences. So I want the higher your level, the less chance you increase. I guess we can do a pass chance instead, right? So equals base pass chance plus an obedience level times obedience factor or something. Oh, we actually have a few variables now, don't we? Whoa. Base chance of failing would be 95%, let's just say. And then we will just do whatever this other variable I made up was. Obedience chance factor. So this is how much we're going to times their obedience level each time. Sorry, worms are not too different from snails. Not sure the name for worms, probably something hard to pronounce. Let me look it up. Looking it up in a book. He has a book about them, crikey. How very old-fashioned. Earthworms are annelids. What's the broad category? Is it bugs? But then, to be specific, stomach foot. Is that because they absorb stuff up from... Do they? I don't even know if they do that. Do they eat with their slimy underbelly? No. So at level 1, they'll have 96% chance to succeed. Ah, I just realized we're not in debug. I'm gonna do debugging. Maybe that's what some of the issues we're having with debugging earlier. World cat group would be animal. Okay. What's the definition of insect then? Is it, or is insect a type of animal as well? I've lost it. 6 legs. Okay. And what about insects have 6 legs? Bugs. Insects are a type. Look, everyone says they love animals, but they hate bugs, and so it made me doubt for a moment that. Oh, hang on, are they different classifications? I think there's different classifications within it, isn't it? And didn't I make this flipping variable? Why can't you just accept the variable? Oh, now you have. Thank you. Stupid visual assist giving me all sort of headaches today. So now we need to just say return. Now we're going to actually do it in a separate state to make it debugging easier. Did get distracted is going to be if the roll of dice is greater than or equal to. I did get distracted. No, pass chance. If you happen to roll more than the... No. Yes. Yes. That's what we're doing it. And return that. I got a feeling if this is on tick, that's going to happen very easily. So we may need to change these values a little bit. But we can, that's why we set them as variables, right? So we can change this to like... I'll stuff it. Let's just stick with that for now, okay? But we, on average, 95 ticks, it should succeed, so... Yes, you can, correct, they do. Which leads to you get easily confused when you realize you haven't looked at classifications for a very long time. Bug used to mean a specific order of insects, like stink bugs. The common usage of the word now covers non-mammals. Covers any non-mammal. Not a technical word, is that? So, but non-mammal, would this be a land non-mammal? Because then you have like crustaceans and fish and stuff as well, right? Amphibians and reptiles, which are, I forget. Look, I'm not going to pretend I know. No, mammals. I think I'm realizing how little I remember. No, that's fine, books now. That's fine. I'm just trying to remember. Is mammal that you your offspring delivered in that in like the normal way rather than in an egg? Is that the definition? Feed with milk. Good chats, by the way. Okay. So I think we're okay now, right? This is our logic. I really don't like our chance. I said I wouldn't change it, but I'm gonna. That's fine. Thank you, Icy Curves. Your username's not too bad. Would you like to comment on why? Help us grow together. Okay. Yeah, it surprises me you've actually been in the channel and spent time here before, and that's how you greet. Anyway. Alright, let's try and do our setup with this then. We're gonna have to make a different AI controller. And so we can give it a different binary behavior tree, and then we're gonna have to make a different behavior tree, different blackboard to go with it. But it's good practice. We are building for Debug Game Editor as well, so it might take a little bit longer. Well, no, I don't blame you for doing it. Like in this example. No, it's only enabled for certain channels, Malers. I saw it in the Unreal channel we raided on Thursday. I actually quite like it, if I'm honest with you. Everyone hates it, but I think it's actually got some merit. Right, what did we want to do? We want to make a new pet behavior tree. Okay, good. And then let's make a blackboard to go with that. I mean, like, threading has its purpose in other apps. It's just people arguing in whether it belongs in Twitch. But I find it really useful where when you see someone reply to someone saying, "Oh, thanks, that was really helpful," and you want to know what they were on about, you just click on it and then it opens up their entire thread of conversation. So it lets you catch up with what people are talking about as well, which is good for community. It lets you like not have to scan up and down through chat. And it allows you to not have to like tag people directly constantly to reply to people. And it makes it more obvious that you're replying to a conversation, not saying something new. Yeah, it's only when you click on it. It works quite nicely, I thought. But I think everyone's going to hate it still, but I like it. I will enable it in my channel. Not that we have enough conversation to merit it. Yeah, that Icy Curse person on that comment to show you books now. Like, they're not someone who I know, but it surprised me that they've been in here before. And they basically have just played ages ago. They basically look like an idiot, let's be fair. So, like, by here, they were timed out for something at this point. Will your game be in 4K? Complaining, scammed, they can't refund it. Were they on about my stream overlay game? Or is this... Oh no, this was in Slay the Spire, possibly? Yeah, it was Slay the Spire. And then... hey Fazio, a really long time no see. How you doing? Talking about the Crisis Engine. Like, all their comments are trolley, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to miss them. Hey, no, busyness isn't always bad, but if you've been busy and sad, then that's warranted a sad face. Yeah, I'm quite good, thank you very much. I am just we do on Sundays, we do monthly game dev challenges, which is a way to learn new things in Unreal. New to me, at least. They're not definitely exciting new things, but yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment, trying to learn about the behavior trees and the AI implementations in new Unreal Engine. Do I sound different? I don't know, do I sound better, different? I've had a new microphone for a while, but I think it's facing the right way. Crisper. Yeah, well, as of... I think actually, for the last, like, 3 months to... 3 weeks to a month, I've had the microphone a lot closer. A while ago, I used to have it quite a bit away from me, and then I heard back my quality on stream, and I was like, oh, crikey. Because, like, I've got a good mic, so... And it sounded, like, really average. And then I realized, if I put my mic, you'll hear now, if I move it just, let's say, around there. So you've gone from around like a foot or less to around 2 feet. Probably sounds quite a bit different. The difference between having it like really close to your mouth. So I managed to clamp it on the side of the desk so it can come across me without being like blocking any of my screens and that. But yeah, there we go. This is me anyway. Hi. What you've been busy doing then, good sir? So we want to link to this. Save. Save. The Blackboard needs a few things in here, right? We're going to make an int, which is going to be our obedience level. Do we need anything else in there? Oh yeah, I think we went right into the Blackboards. Only the obedience level I think we had. And then we'd need to do selector. What's the safe approach, Malaz? And here we're gonna... Right, so we need to trigger this to go into the whistle state in its own right. Okay, so we could have a variable on here. Is awaiting whistle, for example. We could do that, and then we could do a selector possibly. This selector might be enough. Hang on. Okay, we could, I think we can do... Yeah, let's do another selector here. I'm not 100% I need this, but let's add in a decorator. Decorator is going to be a Blackboard one to check, hey, do you... Not your obedience level. is your awaiting whistle set, not set. Then we're going to go into our just roam behavior. This would be, for now we'll just do wait, I guess. So this ideally would be roam around behavior. Ooh, good spelling of behavior there. And then when it's not though, so we need to break out of this so you don't, so on result change, result or value change? I think we'll keep it on results change, and we want to break out of this and come back up here. And then we're going to have another selector down here, I guess. Should be the opposite of this. I don't know if we actually need the opposite, but we will do the opposite. We'll copy that, move that across to there. We'll invert it. But we don't want to actually break out of it. You invert it. There's a way you can invert it. I thought you could. Okay, no, we'll just have to that way. Okay. And then this can be our new behavior tree, which was called a wait whistle, was it? Okay. But not our behavior tree, sorry, our new task tree. I can't remember when I last dropped in, but I think I might have been around a year ago. I got my first dev job, finishing off my final year of uni right now. My boss wants a bunch of Amazon Web Services certs completed, so I'm flat out trying to juggle it all. Oh, crikey. So are you working and doing final year of uni? Oh, it's in obedience training of the AI. Yes, you got to make sure that they follow, right? Crikey, Flazio. Well, good on you for being able to juggle those. Okay. This is where we're probably going to find out none of this actually works, by the way, which is great. It's okay, though. It's all learning. So they shouldn't do this, but what we need to go and change this every so often. So we're going to... Well, it doesn't matter how we do this, whether we do it as a nice system at the moment. We just need to be able to set this Blackboard value at some point. So we might do a custom blueprint. Where are we? Blueprint. So if we make a... Yeah, so we want to go ahead and do a new blueprint, which is going to base off that monthly Gamedev challenge character. This is going to be called our BP pet character. This character is going to look like a... What are you going to look like? Have we got a cone or something? There you go. Beautiful. Going to be a different color as well. You want to be a cube map? You want to be a cube map? Good boy. There you go. Oh, aren't you a beautiful cube map? Okay, done. They're working on a... I'm guessing you, when you're saying you're flat out doing that, you mean during your work hours, yeah? Not like now, I hope. Then maybe you don't actually have work hours because you're doing it during uni as well. I've got a great grip. What are you on about? Right. So this is our pet. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. Okay, and this pet needs a target, which is going to be its owner, right? So the owner is going to be this thing. There you go. Simple story of a pet and its owner. You can hide the ball. The ball doesn't need to get into it anymore. Okay, and we need to set it up that when we press a button that it's going to go ahead and tell it that it's waiting for that whistle. That means it's then going to go into this behavior tree. and it's gonna await to be whistled back. The owner is then gonna just walk around randomly, I guess, and then I guess we will then press another button to make it whistle. That sounds a plan. Alright, let's look in your event graph. When I press K... Uh-oh, is there a button? Key K. There is, isn't there? Oh, crikey. Oh, isn't... Well, maybe you can only... Can you do that in the... Latest input, right? Can we not do it on a character? Oh, here, mouse events, gamepad, keyboard events, is it? There we go. Okay, so when we press J, this is where we're gonna get our... Well, we're already in here, right? So we would need to... Get controller. And then we'd want to get the Blackboard from that. And then we'd want to set Blackboard value. Set value as ball. It's going to be true. Oh, I guess we do want to... We do want to write to the Blackboard in our dog thing as well. Oh, crikey. That is a lot of time, Fazio, but hopefully it pays off, and in a few years things can relax a bit due to your achievements and gain and growth. Yeah, I've been working where I've been working for around 15 months now. Yeah, I really like it. Great place. Working on some cool projects that I still keep private from stream. Yeah, I like it there. I'm happy where I am. Good people. Alright, so let's make this a literal. What did I call it? Is awaiting whistle. Alright, so we set that. And then we're going to do something similar on our owner character. We may not have told it to have the right. I mean, maybe we should just make a new owner. Yeah, let's do a... Let's do this. EP owner. Pet owner, we should call it. Thanks for the follow, by the way, APX. Pet owner character. There they are. What's the pet owner going to look like? I think these will actually just look like a cylinder. So cute. A little bit chunk. We're gonna bring you in. Fantastic. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright. I just wanted it to look a little different to that one that I've got there, right? There we go. So these can live in their own... I mean, these live elsewhere. Don't worry about these for now. Why, greetings to you. Yeah, thank you, Fazio. It did take a while to go from a completely different career and not knowing game dev at all, and actually being 7 years out of doing any development as well. So yeah, I'm really glad things worked out. But it's very much one of those things where it wouldn't have always happened. It's the the alignment of things and the alignment of the stars, as they say. Things just worked out. But you make it is a bit of luck, but you make your own luck through creating opportunities for yourself, right? So okay, so this person, we need to do a little bit on the controller, if I remember, on the character. We'll probably do it on the blueprint of it. So isn't there like a possess controller AI? Oh, it's because I'm... There you go. Okay. The controller class for this. Oh, don't I have to make a separate controller for the pet? I do. We can still use this for now, I guess. Oh yeah, this is reminding me of all the setup I gotta do. So simple controller here. This just derives from... Oh no, it should be the simple controller. Sorry, I did that wrong. Hold on. I guess we should make a couple of new controllers from this. One of these. Yeah, let's go ahead and make new controllers. So BP pet controller. And then we'll do a new one again. There's going to be a BP a pet owner controller. This does give a scope. The reason I know it seems a very over-the-top way to learn about some of this stuff, but one of the behaviors I wanted to try and do in another episode next week then would be to have a pet follow the character around, but in a way where they're not just following it, where they might, they go away and explore a little bit, sniff, hop around, but if you go over a certain distance away, they'll then follow you. But then they can be like a combat mode that can be toggled on where they stay behind you at all times. That sort of behavior I was looking to get. All Dans had to be aligned. Yes, they did. All one of them. Okay, so what I need to remember about this is we need to set up our... Let's start with the pet. So the pet we need to set up the controller for it, right? So the controller for this is going to be the pet controller. And then is there auto possess as well? Placing world or spawned. Either or, to be honest. Both of them is fine. I don't think we have to change that though. Okay, where do you set up the Blackboard? Oh, you don't. You have to go and do that in the... I think we did this in our... Yeah, in here. Can you see? In here. Run behavior tree. What did we do in here? Oh, we set a Blackboard value in there. I guess we can set our obedience level to 1 on our doggo. We want, but realistically, we just want to do that. We'll copy this in anyway. So we're doing our pet first, right? So pet controller. Where are you? You are. Let's go to your event graph. And you can go ahead and have this. So we want to run the pet behavior. And then we want to cast this to pet character. Okay, yeah, so that gives us the owner that we set in there, I guess, right? Does the Blackboard need to know about the owner? No. No. No, we get it off of the... We don't need to do anything like this. I got raptor pants. Do you mean underwear pants or do you mean American pants? I'm not sure which would be more impressive right now. Hello, dwi'n caru Cymraeg hefyd, Fido. Da iawn chi am ddefnyddio'r gorchymyn Gymraeg a na I siarad Gymraeg am tua 54 eiliad ychwanegol, just I chi. Sa'n credu fod angen I fi wneud unrhyw beth fel hyn, so ni eisiau cael gwared o'r rubbish ma. A awn ni just cadw e fel na. A awn ni wneud rhywbeth tebyg wedyn mewn controller arall. So, pet owner controller. Awn ni ychwanegu'r un fath o beth mewn yma. A ni eisiau newid hyn i fod... Wel, ni'n defnyddio simple hyd at hyn. Awn ni just rhoi yr un syml i'r gymeriad falle. Just am nawr. A fi ddim eisiau creu un ychwanegol eto. Os dwi'n gallu helpu fe. OK, so mae hon yn digon da am nawr. Wedyn beth mae angen i wneud, os ni'n fynd mewn i'r pet character, wnaethon ni creu rhywbeth fel hyn. Ni eisiau newid pet owner character i cael rhywbeth i osod lan. So mewn yma yn gyntaf, pet owner controller sy'n fynd mewn. Benig. Awn ni'n neud y auto-possess thing hefyd. So, am y dau yn nhw. A yn ychwanegol i hynny, da ni eisiau rhywbeth. So, yn lle J, awn ni cael K. Input, mae'n dod o dan. EFG. Fi wir ddim yn hoffi, like... Pan mae'n mor anodd i ffeindio hyn, fi'n ysgrifennu input. Dyna enw hyn, keyboard... Oh, actually, na, mae'n keyboard event. OK, mewn tegwch. Fi sydd wedi mesur lan na. OK, so... Ni wedi gwneud J, ni wedi nawr ar ôl K. Ni cael gwared â ni. Oops. So ni wedi defnyddio control yna, yn paiponi. OK, a beth dyn ni eisiau gwneud? Ni ddim actually angen gwneud y pethau fan ma. Dyn ni eisiau just galw whistle, rhywbeth whistle, do pet whistle. Arbennig. So mae hon yn fynd i galw yn ôl. Awn ni wneud debug.log hefyd. O print. Whistle. Empeiliad. A ni wneud lliw actually rhywbeth fel na. Awn ni ychwanegu rhywbeth tebyg mewn i'r un anifail actually hefyd. So mae'r orc yn fynd i siarad lliw wahanol. A ni wneud gwyrth fel na. Ond ddim yn bloody gwyrth ydi o. Gwyrth. A wedyn... Stay. OK, mae hon yn digon da. I've got raptor pants in full. Oh! Oh. I have the... Oh! I need to check what the... Very good point. What is in the store today? I've not checked. Oh, it crashed my OBS. I don't know if you can still see and hear me. Can you still hear me? Or is stream dead? You can. Alright. Oh, it crashed. It upsets me more because when I do a highlight, it'll now break it in two. Alright, all I did was try launching Fall Guys so I can look at the bloody store. And it crashed. Let's have a little look, shall we? What's in the store today? Oh, what are these? You can be a bullet. I think I like it. You've already got a face. I do like it though. Yeah, it's difficult being amazing, but someone's got to do it. So there's a chevron. There's a t-shirt. Gotta have the t-shirt. What's this? Oh, that's cute as well. Oh, that's nice as well. Don't know if the golden hatchling on its own is worth it. And I've got the other ninja, and I don't really like that either, so I'm not going to spend my crowns on it. What about this? Do I like the chevrons? I'm running out of income, actually, the normal income. I'll make it the... oh, we got webs as well. Oh, that one's quite good. Oh, I got time to decide on those. It's just these I cared about today. Okay, good. Here we go. We're not playing. We're in the middle of deving, alright? Okay. Back to where we were. Where were we? Okay, the controller... That runs the behavior tree. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we might almost be at a point where we are fine. I think one thing I needed to perhaps do in code was to... Yeah, but like the purple currency I'm running out of. Kudos? Is that what it's called? So I'm thinking if we finish before we abort. Hang on, when is abort? Actually, I don't know. Does it always go through abort, I wonder? We should find out, I guess, right? If it just finishes normally, we need to basically store or not. Are they waiting for whistle? That value, I get. We could manually change it, I guess. Okay, let's see what we've got already, shall we? Right, so in this pet blackboard. Oh, he needs an owner as well. No, the pet has the owner. That's not a problem. Okay, let's set him up in the scene first. So the pet should have a target, which is this character here. There's your owner. Congratulations. The owner, I don't know if you actually need a target. I mean, you can just have this interesting target to go and see if you want. So let's give you that. That's who your target is. Okay. Then we're going to the behavior tree for the doggo. This is not going to be set. It's going to be set when we press J based on the logic in here. And then when we press K, it's going to reset. I mean, for now, we could just do a... We could manually reset it, I guess. No, because it's constantly going to go... Okay, sorry, I'm not explaining why I'm concerned a little bit. Basically, it's going to keep going back into this time after time. Time after time. So we need to set the blackboard value in here. Can you not just... Is there not a task to just set a blackboard value? I'm guessing there isn't. Okay, so that makes me feel definitely that the doggo needs to change its state. Speaking of crowns, I got my first win today. Well done, Poker Badly. I'll trade you kudos for crowns. I wonder if anyone plays other people's accounts to get them crowns for money. I'm sure there's a market. There's a market for everything always, isn't there? Jump Showdown. Yeah, the Jump Showdown is great. And, well, I'm glad to hear, Poker Badly. I went quite a while before I got my first win. Okay. So my thoughts are that we need to, and this is great because I don't know how this works. I think there's lightning here. I just saw a flash. It startled me. Okay, so where do we ever return? We never return success. Hold on. On the whistle, has received whistle. Crikey, this is what we never finish that logic. Okay. No, you don't want to return that. You fail. Okay, here. Succeed. Otherwise, we fail. I think. Let's try this. Indeed, indeed, it would have been a terrible thing to do. So what I'm thinking, though, is when you return succeed, though, we want to break out. Well, we don't want to break out of anything. We want to just set that variable. So to do that, we have our node memory. We have our owner comp. We're going to have to do this again. Crikey. This bit. Borrow this. We want to get the Blackboard component. And then we want to set a value. First off, we'll do the obedience one. And we're going to do that equal to a current obedience. Oh, crikey. Oh, I've stored it. Haven't I stored it in my memory? Obedience level, I have. Right, we store it in there. So I need to get the memory out as well. Ooh. We already have the memory out? We do. Okay. So we want to add to it my memory obedience level +1. Why is this so wide? So we want to increment it, right? And then we need to turn off the mode. Well, we need to also sell it. The other thing we need to do. Hold on, it wouldn't be this either. Get rid of that. And get rid of this. This needs to be set bool. Here. I'm guessing there's one for bool. Seems about right. Let's go ahead and add the include for that. Done. And we want to add in true. No, hold on. Hold on. What is our Blackboard storing? Is awaiting whistle. Yes, so they're awaiting. Oh, no. They're no longer awaiting a whistle. It's false. So what about, I guess we'd want this on both of them as well, right? Oh, I did it in the wrong one. Crikey, they would constantly. Oh, that is wrong. That is wrong. That needs to go in here. My bad. Did I just copy out the middle bit like a doofus? I very much did, didn't I? All of this needs to go into here. Now, if we finish it with a fail, is there a failed in here? Yeah, we also need to set this. Which means we should have done this earlier. Get rid of that now. And bring this under here. Something tells me still rotation is off. That. No, it might be okay. This is telling it. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see a chat for ages there, Mal. Yes, you know the secret to Skynet now, don't you? Good sir. Yeah, I'm wondering when a bot gets called. I'm curious if any of this works. Maybe they can't bind to events. We could very well end the stream today with knowing that nothing actually works. Fun. Not reload. I'm just going to chuck the kettle on. I'll be back now. It's just a silly mistake. Oh well, that's okay. Yeah, exactly. I guess a compile first time is almost as fun as a binary tree that returns success first time as well, eh? Stuff needs to fail. Alright, press play. Waiting. Oh yeah, that one just goes off. Okay, so if we press... Hang on, why did it say waiting? I love my weird little AI units to just move around. Oh, they're saying waiting from another behavior tree, aren't they? Crikey. Should have looked into that first. Yeah, this by here. Shift, middle click, control click. Oh, maybe I gotta press stop. Okay. Right, do we actually need it to do this? Actually, at the moment, I think maybe we don't even need it to do anything. Yeah, the owner can just stay still for now. Okay. Try again. And these should stay still. We press J. Nothing happened. Oh, can you even get input if you're not on the possessing something? Do we need to do it on the controller instead? I had to do it in a weird way before. Yeah, the input may not be set up for the character. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I did it on this. So the simple character, nothing on it, but the controller, I think. did have this crap on it instead. Okay. So for now, we may just unplug this for now. Copy this. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing it. We're doing it off the player controller. Okay, we might be able to just do that on the characters as well. So let's go ahead. Just check it on the net here. Does stuff work? So when we press J, this one was bound to J initially, right? Yeah, J. And then we want, let's get crap. Basically want this. Was here, we want to move that. That, and we get rid of this. And you, out of here. So we're just chucking that in there instead. Let's see if that works before we go over and check. Okay, yeah, stay is pressed, that's fine. Uh-oh. It's aborting task. I don't know why it aborted. We'll have to trace that through in a moment. Okay. Oh, it's because it was end of play. I think that's fine. Let's go at problem. Where's the exception? It's late. Don't crash. Just continue. All right. Don't know what's going on there. Let's try again, shall we? Did that actually save, I wonder? The pet character? Yes, it did. Okay, that's good. Do this as well. I put it in our owner character. Okay, instead. And it doesn't even move towards it. We were meant to get the location. We forgot about that. We haven't finished it yet, but still, I have a feeling things are broke anyway. Right. So what we should, hopefully, we want to have a look at then is the behavior tree. The pet. Is it not running? There we go. Indeed. That's how we learn, beautiful Mallas. That's how we learn. Okay, so it's just waiting 5 seconds and it constantly will. Now what's going to happen is we're going to press J and it should flip to the other. Okay, good. That's what we wanted. It's now staying. And it should be waiting for a whistle. We go into our tick on our this. We hit it? No. Has it aborted? No. Why is it not hitting? Why is it not checking this? I wonder. Not running the... I expected this to be ticking once it starts. And stop. Try it again. I want to follow that through this time. J. Here. Execute task. Okay, let's see what happens. Is our memory okay? Oh, we haven't set up. Oh, no, we don't need to set up our variables actually. Actually, maybe we do. Hold on. Stop this again. So abort is getting called there every time. We're okay with that. So that's just when you end play. No, did we actually set this up? That's what I'm keen to look at the moment. This. Yeah, what is the node here? I guess there's only one thing. This is our obedience level. We're passing in. Is a waiting whistle set? Hang on. Where is that? Oh, yes, that's a point. So should that... Do we need to take that in as well then? I think we do. So where we did this. I think we also need to allow a bool one as well. Is that going to be a separate filter or is that the same one? Struct, right? Oh gosh, I don't know. Hey, Hefu.
Hey, wonderful people.
Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for continuing your subscription to the channel, Hefu. Well over 2 years. A lovely thing. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'm confused whether... What happens if we do this? Does this let us choose... Do we get to write what we want here? Or is Blackboard key the name of this thing? How do you have it if you have 2 inputs? There's some I've seen with 2 inputs. Which one is which? No, we're changing the whistle inside of the code. We don't need to pass it back out, I don't think. But, hold on. If we've tried doing our code like... if we've tried doing our code like the set values, this, we can't just do Blackboard key.get selected key. We'd need to do it with a name. Okay, so we might need to do it as, hold on. It's tricky because with you kind of pass in and we kind of need an extra an extra key. So do we just add another member? That is a Blackboard key. Might be. I'm trying to think of a task that has two things. Like I've made one. I swear I've made one before actually. Where we pass in two things. Here, location radius. How did I make this? I think I just added a yeah, you just publicly expose them. Oh no, that's different now, I guess. But no, I think it might be true. I wonder if any of the default ones have that sort of behavior. Book snail never, your secrets are safe. So I'm looking for what Basically, we have this one, which is a Blackboard key, which will allow you to only look at your Blackboard entries in the given Blackboard. Now, this is inherited through this task node, I think. Hold on. Let me actually go back here. We can just click Blackboard key. So it's from our Blackboard base. We just have a U property here. I think it must just, we just add another one of these into our own custom one. What was the specifier actually on that? Protected. I don't know whether this is the way to do it, but I'm thinking if we just did this, and this Blackboard key was for the, give this a name. It feels wrong. I don't think this is the way to do it. What's special about this? Like, how does it know to get? I don't think this is going to work. I don't know how we... I don't think we need to. I think as long as you... If you specify what you're writing to, we can do that via code. Instead of saying false and true like this, we can just go my Blackboard set value as bool and then give it the name of our property. Is this how you'd make an F name? Doesn't look like, does it? Is awaiting whistle. I think you need to send in the key reference to. Oh, I've done this in AHA actually once before and it worked. Value. Give me a sec. Yeah, no, it's without the text. I've done it before. Just like that. My visual assist is being a dick today as well, to be fair. This should be yellow, but it's not. I don't know why it's not. So if we know specifically, if this is a very specific one, but what I was interested in is, what if we want to pass in what we want to set? Because you can do that too, right? And you pass in a key and then you use that key. I'm not too sure. Do we just add an extra Blackboard key member? We'll try that afterwards, maybe. Because I'm not sure. I will, give me just a moment, Hef. Just try and reload this quickly. So basically, when you have these tasks, right, you can set up, you can have multiple keys, or these keys can be used in two ways. You can either get using this key, or you can set using that key. So if I wanted two keys going into the task, the way that other things seem to be doing it thus far is that they extend from, let me find it for you. They extend from this class if you want to access the Blackboard, and this class just has this here, which is just a Blackboard key. So I'm wondering, like, if we wanted more than one. See, there's yeah, this is just going to return that. I think it's too specific. It sounded like it compiled anyway. Let's have a look what's happening, shall we? Save. Let's press play. Let's press J. Stay. Okay. Is it going in there repeatedly? I don't know why it's flashing. It must be flat. It is flashing. So that means definitely things are happening in here. We didn't hit any breakpoint though. What the flip? Are we not looking at the right instance? We are. Why is it not hitting a breakpoint? Oh, hold on, hold on. I put a different bloody node in, didn't I? Stupid. Okay. There we go. Makes a little more sense now. So we have our memory because we're going to write to that memory. We go through here. We get a character. We bind to its whistle event. Then we get our Blackboard. And we retrieve our obedience level. Is 0, which it should be. We haven't set it at more, so that's fine. We've stored that in our memory now, which is just a struct, which just has this in there, and the pet owner reference. We're now in progress. Now what I want is to tick in here. That's what I expect to happen next. You see, I don't. It doesn't happen. And I don't know why it doesn't come into this tick task function. You need to set them on so they can tick. Notify tick true. That might be the missing piece of the puzzle. Don't give me that. Right key. Oh, it's to do with our delegate. Are we trying to unbind? But it doesn't like it. Maybe okay, maybe that unbind code is not healthy either. Remove dynamic. I think there's a way you can. For now, we just won't do that. No, we must delegate. Must. Right, I put the kettle on. I haven't made a cuppa yet, so I'm going to make a cuppa while this one launches. Hello, dearest Koiruru. How goes it? Right, let's see if we hit these breakpoints this time, shall we? Hit J. Yeah, that's fine. F5. Yes, okay, we're ticking now. Huzzah! We found out something else we needed to do. Okay, so in here we should now be able to get a blackboard. Did the dog get distracted? Let's jump into this function. The roll of the dice is giving us 0.58. The dog did not get distracted. Fantastic. So the dog, has it received the whistle? No, it has not. So it's still in progress. We then continue. And it goes in. Okay, great. What we want to do is listen to when the dog fails. And then we also, I guess, we want to listen to when this happens as well. So if I press K quickly when we resume. Damn it, we failed first. Okay, so fail. This is because prior to this... Oh, it really doesn't show you the previous code? How can it not show you? It literally... Oh, no. That's, in fairness, no, it's not. It gets full tick from elsewhere. This failed. We missed the roll that failed it, but so what happens if it fails then? Does abort get called? No. What's your binary tree looking like right now? Not binary behavior tree, sorry. What? The pet has one. There you go. Okay, it did set. Okay, that's great. That's great. That means it did correctly set it. Right, this time what we're going to do then, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to try and see if the whistle works. Smaller. The whistle, it's all in your imagination, by the way. There's no sound. Nothing happens. Okay, so we press J. Uh-oh. Ah, we're already bound. Let me carry on. K. Okay. Okay, so we have found that you can bind to events in these tasks, which is nice. And when it received the whistle, it changed this value to true. So then when it ticked, we were able to go into here and we are selecting the obedience level to be increased. So the doggo is going to get better. And then we are setting this to false. And then we complete the task, which then means we're back here. That is splendid. Okay. So the issues we have then outstanding at the moment is the binding is causing some crashes. Because yeah, I need to double check how I can check if something is bound to, and we need a better time to unbind as well. I think there is a, like, if it's registered, we might need to store it as a member, possibly. We also learned that abort isn't called other than, I guess, if something forces it out, like one of these things. So that's another thing to consider. Is that early access release or is that Electronic Arts? Let's see. Let's check that our pet's obedience level did increase, shall we? Let's go again. Alright, what's your obedience level now? Oh, he's on level 1 obedience now, isn't he? And do you know what that does? That gives him, he now has a 99.1% chance of succeeding per frame. Per frame is such a janky system. But still. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so the logic of passing data around works. I'd like to work out a little bit more about this binding. And then I'd also like to make it so that the dog, we return a value. So the dog then knows where to go. And I think what we'll try and do is we will try and, instead of naming it like this, we'll try and do it where we pass it in, but I'm really not too sure how it's going to work. I'd like to... Yeah, I need a quick toilet break first, and then we'll get back onto that in a sec. It is an elephant. He's not quite giving out water, though. He's giving HonestDan tokens to everyone. Oh, it says stream starts soon. Sorry. Meant to show. Professional. Okay. Let's see what we can do, shall we? I do need to wrap up soon. I just realised the time. It's almost 6 o'clock already. But, okay, so what I'd like to do, two things I want to get done. So we haven't got through anything that I planned to do today. Really, we wanted to make our own, code our first task. Yes, we haven't done the sensing. So we've done 2 actually, haven't we? We did task to find target actor location. We did that, and then we have also done the await whistle. But there's a couple of things I want to try and still do. How do we define more than one Blackboard key to pass into the function? And then the next bit isn't so difficult, but once we got that, make the dog move to the location. That's just thinking aloud, that's it. Right. So let's try and find an example. If we can find an example in their code, it is good. So let's stop all this jazz. Let's back this full screen a sec. So what tasks do they have? These are all my ones. Funny how this is depreciated. Not funny, but yes, let's just wait. So you have the Blackboard key again. Yep. How does it use it? Maybe that's something we can look at as well. So let's go back to this original one. this Blackboard key here, how is that used? I mean, we create it in here, right? Yes. It's only created at this level. It's not used internally there. This, when is this used? It's used here. No. When is that used then? No, this is just some... Not even not even blueprint accessible. How does this get used? Okay, these decorators. No, these have the same sort of... I don't know. One, I also never quite get the inlines either. Trying to figure out. Surely can we not just add a new? How my question is, like, how does it know what Blackboard it's associated with? Because essentially how this works is it shows up here and it knows to look at the Blackboard values in here. It knows. But like, add objective, where's this? Right, okay. What's this? Whoa. Oh, so it's in behavior tree types all this bloody logic is. I hate when they do that. So this, I've been into this class before, right? No, I haven't. Okay, how does it init? Where does the init selection come from? Resolve selected key. Yeah, that makes sense. The filters. When does this stuff get run though? Like, yeah, I don't know when that is going to be called. Could be in the construction or something. And it just passes in the asset naturally. I mean, our best guess right now would be to... Sorry. The core resolve key here. Oh, what's this? Key service. Oh. Blackboard base. This. Where does this. Initialize from asset. When does that get called? Okay, so we kind of want to do this and override this. Is this a virtual? Okay. I'm guessing we can override this again in our one. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the whistle. Let's go up. I don't know, where was it? Public, is it private? It doesn't. Not the service. No, we're in the wrong one. This one. You. And not. You don't have any specifier. We'll treat you the same way. We'll put you up here. Put you above that. Okay, so then if we want to create this implementation, and we'll do the same thing as we had in here. Do want to call super, but we'll do it for our own one as well. A cheetah floating in the... Oh, they're just going to keep going forever. That's unfortunate. I guess it's a case of who can last the longest impatient. No, well, mind you, they've actually got to not mess up. I'm sure it gets too fast at one point. Let's put this in here. We're going to call super, but then we're also going to get our Blackboard asset. And we're going to make a new key, which is going to, okay, let's go ahead with this. So we're going to make a new one of these. It's going to be in the header of this. Like so. And this isn't going to be called Blackboard key. This is going to be location. Let's just call it location key for now. Okay, so we called you low key. We could say for short. Okay, so we now have low key here. Let's go into here. We're going to do a low key. I'll add vector filter. This get member, whatever you call name checked. UBT task, await whistle. And then we give it the name of low key. Okay. I'm going to add that, and then we're going to write location key each time we see Blackboard key. We don't need to log. Can't be bothered. Actually, no, maybe we can still use that log because it's inherited. I've not heard of him. Hello, 1Z2X3C4A5S6D. How could I ever forget you with your wonderful name? It rolls off the tongue. It should be included in all of the finest poetries across the world because it rhymes with so many things. How are you? Okay, so that should mean we can do this then, right? So when we get the location, if it's the correct location, hang on, wait there. This bit down here. We now are going to set the location of where to go. Oh, but we could get a distraction location. Oh, that'd be fun for the other one, right? No, but we're not going to set move to, so we don't need to know about that, I guess. So this is going to be our location key. And we're going to store into it my memory dot owner something, pet owner character dot get actor location. Not +1 though. Is this a vector it gives us? It is a vector. Wonderful, but we should definitely check this isn't null before coming into this. If this is still a legit thing, then we need to do that. Set the location of the owner when they whistled. Okay, we're gonna hope this works. It's a bit wishful. But I'll be very pleased if I get it to work actually, because I used my own initiative. And I'm not always very good at doing that. I'm to be brutally honest. Are you gonna compile? I probably need to do some includes first. Tell you what, let's just close it so we can get some more meaningful errors. But I think one thing we'll need to define would be, we need to forward declare what this is. We could just include it for now, I guess. Try compile. Ah, it's not an int, of course it's not, it's a bool. It's not even a bool, sorry, it's a vector. We need an include for that, or have you got one? You can have that. That way, let's give this another go. A bool vector. Yes. That sounds good to me. Let's get this going, shall we? So my parents have gone away for one of the first times in ages on a, well, camping or in a motorhome thingy. So they just sent a bunch of pictures. I'm glad they're having a nice time. Been quite a restricted time of life for us, hasn't it? Okay. We want to have a look at the behavior tree. My dearest behavior tree. Get rid of this. You. Location key. Oh, but it doesn't. Wait, no. It's fine. We don't have a vector yet. It still could work. Vector. This is going to be our target location. Go on, yes. This did work. This is fine. Save. Back. This. Sorry. Leather belt. Okay, so we've got that in. Hopefully it works. We didn't do our logic to go there. Oh, but we can do after this, right? Move to. Don't move to yourself. No. Move to target location. That will tell us if it works. Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay, we got doggo and we've got owner. And we're going to tell the doggo, so we'll do a bit of role play, shall we? Oh, crikey. That ruined the immersion instantly. Bit of role play. We have our little character. He goes, hello, doggo. I'm like, oh, hello. And then what happens next is the owner says, stay. So this is spoiling it a bit, but don't worry about it. Immersion ruined. Gosh. No, why is it failing? Oh, it's because the distraction percentage. I should totally turn off the distraction rules. it's ruining everything. I just wanted something that could happen in the tick, basically. Okay, so we'll try it again. we'll move our character away a bit. Just imagine he's told the dog stay, and then he runs away, just like this. And then he says, "Oh, yeah, we've bound to it. That's the other issue we're meant to fix." Yes, he received the whistle. This is it. This is it. Move, go on. He's not moving. Ah! Why? Okay. Okay. Dear dog, would you like to tell us what's going on here? So we're gonna press J. Oh, it's immediately failing now. I think I know why that is as well. This is immediately... We need to reset the memory. The memory actually exists on the node. Okay, we've got a few things we need to do. It seems the way the memory works, it doesn't clear the address, so it's still... It is just this pointer still seems to persist between tasks, which is interesting. So I think how they did it here, we saw that they had a reset function within their... no, that's... No, this is the right... They used one of these, and you see this has a reset function in here that they just defined. We can borrow that, chuck in ours, and ours will just need to set that to null pointer, and that will need to go back to 0, I guess, right? The only two things we store there. But still, that doesn't answer why it didn't move to it. But we can debug it with that. Okay, wait there. So the next thing, let's stop all this jazz and let's put a comment in here. This was my attempt to add another Blackboard key as a property, I guess. So choose what Blackboard key to set rather than hard coding it. Code. Hard coding it. Need it in the code afterwards. You just said hard coding. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, so the two things I want to do before I relaunch it. One, we're just gonna let them always pass. For now. Crikey. Fine. They never get distracted. The second thing we need to do is this binding. This thing. So I think there's a function on any delegate that you can do. Basically say if I'm not already bound to it. Well, the problem is we're not unbinding, right? So I guess we could unbind at the end. That might also solve it. But in the same way, we need to unbind we need a way to know. Okay, let's make this a little cleaner, shall we? So this is going to be a character pointer. Okay, and we can do that, but we want to basically say if the character pointer dot whistle, whatever it's called, that dot, don't give me any autocomplete. I don't know what to... How do we check if Nah. You must pass the function across, right? I don't know how to do it. Add remove dynamics. Let's have a little Google, shall we? Uh, is this really how it should be looking? Or have they messed up the HTML on this page? Execute if bound is bound. No, that's the other way around though, right? File div definitely appeared there, didn't it? To make it clear, I'm trying to I'm trying to find out whether or not it has. We don't want to. Let me get my sentence together. Sorry. Basically, there's a delegate on the owner, and when we tell it to sit, we're binding to its whistle thing, right? First thing is we only want to do that if it's not already bound. So we could get around that by making sure that we unbind when we end the task or abort the task. That's fine. We can do that. However, we also may abort the task without binding to it. And so we don't want to abort if we're not already bound. So we need a way to say, hey, are you bound? Is this function bound to this delegate already, this function pointer? I'm not too sure how to do that. I know you can with certain things. I wasn't aware there was an end play. This may not be the type of... Yeah, I basically want something that I can call on this delegate to know whether or not it's registered to it. Because if I try and do remove and it's not... Like this I've made up. This is kind of the sort of thing I want. But there's no... I don't have any autocomplete on the delegate to know. No, the is bound is different, right? Is bound means anything. Oh no, is bound means anything is bound to it. I normally do that before broadcasting, right? But this is still not very accurate, right? This is just saying, well, let's hope it's this one. And what if there's multiple dogs? Yeah, maybe we wouldn't be using delegates. We'd be using, well, we'd be using handles then, I guess, right? Can you, yeah. Can you do like a remove all or something as well? I don't know if that's a function. Do with this anyway. The is bound might do the trick for now. But again, We no longer need to wait for it. Actually, to be honest, we can unbind when we hear it, right? Oh, no. We'd need to do it here as well. It doesn't even know what the character pointer is here, though. Oh. I don't care how inefficient this is at the moment. Should try it like that. And then we need to figure out why it's not moving there. And once we figured that out, then we're good to go. It's a multicast one at the moment. I don't know if I actually need it to be multicast even. Sometimes I forget I just get into habit of using a certain one without even thinking why I'm using it. Okay, so hopefully now what we'll get. Stay. Should never fail now. Okay, we whistled, but it doesn't go in. So we need to try and figure out what's happening with. This is getting its own location. I don't think it is by accident. Could be that the Blackboard value is not getting set. That's another thing to be aware of. J. Okay. And let the. Oh, let me put that. So this is on the. J. Oh, it's falling. Oh, I didn't flipping call reset, did I? Made the reset, but didn't call reset. I'm binding it just with an add dynamic. Because we got hold of that delegate by the controller. Ooh. Yeah, we got hold of that delegate. Because it's on the character public. Yeah, that might be. I might have a nose into that afterwards. Yeah. To be honest, I feel I need to brush up on my delegates and that. I seem to have forgotten which one, the different ones and when to use them. It's not hard. I just need to look back at them, I guess. Okay, this reset function needs to get called. When did they call the reset in here? Here. So just on execute task. So we'll do the same thing. Reset it. Go. It's still not going to work, but this will allow us to debug why it's not working. Easier. And press it. Oh, it's still doing that. Why is it finishing instantly? Let's put. I guess we can have a look. I assumed why it was happening, but maybe I was wrong. Okay, why are we instantly finishing? Okay, that bit is fine. Is in progress. What's happening in here then? Memory here. We got Blackboard. Did the dog get distracted? No. Has received whistle. It's a local variable. That is the problem. Flipping flip. This needs to get reset within the task as well. But I think it's shared between. I really think feel this should be something that we deal with memory, but we can't because it's not. Yeah, I don't know how we'd do this. I mean, we can do this now, but I'm not sure if it'd mess up for multiple things using the same behavior tree. No problem. Hey, Brainoid, how you doing, mate? Thank you, Wormius, for the host as well. Let me just press this in, do this in here then. Okay. Finally. We're still not going to get it working, but I want to know why. And I can't debug it at the moment. Hello there, Aku. Welcome, welcome. Halloween stuff today. Hold on. I had to check my calendar for a moment. Alright, let's look at this silly pet behavior tree and watch it not actually move when it's meant to. Play. J. Oh yeah, we don't need to do that anymore. Read this one. Right. He's waiting to be called, and then he gets called, and he goes back. The movement isn't happening, and that's what we want to have a look at. So, Blackboard, target location, 374153. Is that what this is? 374153. Okay, so it got the right location. It just didn't move, and I think it might be because we haven't set up our movement component. I don't think this dog is ever going to move at the moment. That's good. It means the logic works. Good. So, for example, if I move this, move him over there, right? And then we do this again. Let's get it referencing this. We go ahead and do our... Uh-oh. Oh, we're not in play mode, sorry. We go over here and then we press J. And then we press K. The doggo's behavior tree would have a different value in there now, which is equal to where this thing is, which is 24 something. Yes, great. So what we're getting is the move to isn't working, and the reason the move to isn't working is probably due to the movement component on the dog that we've made or something not being right. So let's stop that. What sort of stuff do you do for Halloween then, Wormius? This is stream only at the moment because it's not in the AHA project, but I'm keeping these files, and I like the aim. I was saying to Fletch earlier, the aim was always after I finish a month to do a condensed video that I could put on YouTube and release the project as well, but that hasn't happened. So they're going in highlights, but I'll find a way. I'm happy to share definitely with the community, like people who sub or whatever. Exploding pumpkins, also a propeller type that a viewer suggested. Is this in a game or is this IRL, Wormius? I shouldn't need to ask. Okay, so what does our new pet doggo need to move? In a game, okay, that's a bit better. That sounds good. Did you have a good time? Let's go back to our blueprints. Simple character. What is different between these, I guess? Oh, it could be the controllers as well. Let's look at the pet character next to this, shall we? Okay, don't give me the split screen thing, Windows, that's just fine. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Generally, they're set up the same way. We just want to look at anything that's yellow that's been changed. I got a search criteria. Oh, I haven't. Why? Oh, I've clicked on the character movement thing. Yeah, the pet controller. Probably the pet controller that's the issue. None of those are changed afterwards. On the character movement on both of them. I mean, we're making them move really fast, so I guess we could update that as well. Not that we're gonna swim or fly. Okay. So next guess for me would be that it's down to the controllers, the difference between the simple controller, where allowed movement, and our pet controller, which we don't. Have a look. Just gonna have a look at the difference between these on a separate screen. It makes it. What has changed in? Thing changed in. Also, you can hear the rest of the behavior tree, but we don't. Nothing important there. No. None of those are important. Ah. It's awkward, isn't it? There's nothing. Has anyone got an idea what would make it not move when I do a move to? I mean, we could put a okay, how about we do that? We go to the move to task. I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna have a look at the execute part of it. See what happens. What's wrong with this? No symbols have been loaded for it. Why? Maybe do I not have the symbols for this version? Maybe. Alright, what does it check? What it is that's stopping it? I want to figure it out. I leave it in this state. The other things that could influence it are the behavior tree itself. Is there settings? I don't think there is there? Set on the behavior tree? Other than linking them together, no. Does the pet definitely choose the right one in its behavior? In its gameplay? Pet behavior tree? Yes. Wah. Hold on. Oh no. On which level are you trying to take one down? Is it stuck in the floor? Is it? Oh. Oh, don't do that to me. Are you stuck in the floor, dog? What's going on with the with your shape? Oh, because you're a pyramid. What the flip? No, it's still not moving, is it? Don't feel good about the shape of this, though. We're going to give our dog a makeover. I mean to give you that sphere. You're no longer the ambient map material. You're now default. Hope you're happy. To the floor. Doesn't it move? Pyramid. Yeah, I think the static mesh has like the basic collision on it by default. It's the same stuff that these other things have had. I mean, for example, let's get a simple. Should we just put that on? And we should see that R1 moves. Oh, this is bothering me. It's going to be something really simple that just isn't set up. This should hopefully now move every so often. Yeah. Oh, no, it goes towards that target actually. But so they can move, but this can't. I've only just made this one, but it uses what's the same thing? It uses the same behavior tree, a different controller, I think. Player controller, not the simple one. Owner controller. Yeah, it's using a different AI controller class. So what is stopping it from moving? I don't know. I really don't know. Move 2. Move 2. Tell you what. Do that first. That's meant to ignore nav mesh. Oh, not bloody. Oh, I know. Sorry, the game you mean books now. Sorry, I took a while to reply there. Yeah, that's a good one to stop the cheat. I don't know if the velocity gets passed onto the ball though. Okay, so the thing we're trying to do at the moment is just figure out, this is returning success. I'm pretty sure it, well, maybe it's not, and it's not getting to the move to. Let's double check it's hitting the move to. Go through the different steps. To this. Save. A breakpoint on this. Do we hit this? No. Okay, so we're returning fail. Ah! Ah! Sequence. So it will return when the first one is true. We want it, sorry, it was a selector. Then we expanded it to want to do extra things. 20 minutes lost to the node. However, for the first time, it still doesn't. Now it is. What? What? Right, he shouldn't move anymore, the owner. Right, Jay. What? Oh my gosh, what is going on? I just changed this. I shouldn't do that anymore. And save everything. I think I did save as, not save all. Fair enough. I thought they. Someone said on the Reddit that they've asked people to stop reporting cheaters. I think. That makes me think I wouldn't bother. Although that's what a cheater would go and write, really, wouldn't they? Now, why are these doing their waiting logic? This is so. This as this. This is not connected. Don't do it. Don't do anything. This is your behavior tree. Don't do anything, please. I don't know how they work if you don't give them anything. Okay. J, stay. K. Is it? Why does it not work? It worked once. Makes it even worse. J. K. Okay, let's hit that. Target location is 374153. He's got the right location. Trying to go to the Z location and it can't. It's not nav meshable, perhaps. I don't know. Could be the problem. Last time it did it eventually. Okay, how about this? How about this? We'll do it midway. We'll go, press J, staying. No, it gets the location right at the end. I was going to try and move it. Then press K. That worked. What? Why does it now work? Wasn't it working before? Because of the nav mesh around it, maybe there's an amount of distance that it can't get to. JK. Yeah, it seems to be working fine now. I don't think we have dynamic nav mesh on perhaps as well. I mean, what if we put it up high? Just move you. Is it determined not to let me move it up anywhere? Okay. Right. Good doggo. Oh no. Oh no, that's okay, that's okay. Okay, good doggo. You know. Uh-oh. Am I in resume? What am I in? Oh, I hit a breakpoint on that. Okay, here we go. J. Go! Ah, oh, what a good dog. He hasn't got a good enough jump height, unfortunately. Gonna keep trying. Gave up now. So I think it's just nav mesh issue. This don't think it's generating nav mesh at runtime, possibly. Now if we tried it, I think it'd work first time. Okay. Okay. Yes. So it's a nav mesh issue. Well, we got our bloody behavior at least, and it's almost 7 o'clock. I think that's time for me to go. It's been good though. It's been a learning experience. I'm glad that I actually overcame a few problems. We looked into code to try and understand it rather than following any guides in that. So yeah, it's very good. I'm pleased that we got to this place. Essentially, we got to write our own. Let me bring up the. Sorry, I need to stop this first. Let's save everything. Close this as well. So we got to write our own 2 tasks actually. The first one we wrote was this, which is a very simple one, which was just a task find target actor location. And with this one, we had nothing to do on the execute, on the tick or anything. So it would just do it in one step. And so the logic in here, we restricted the Blackboard key that comes with this base class to be just so you could only put in vectors because there's a location we needed. That stops you from putting in any other data type when you're choosing your key. And then when it gets run, we just got the target from the character, which was referenced within our character hierarchy, this target actor thing. Because we changed it to our own custom character. So a lot of the first chunk of the stream was making our own code-based character so that we could make code-based functions to call. Rather, if we were making blueprint functions, you can't really get hold of them via the code. And that took a bit of time, but we did that. We made controllers. We didn't need the controllers, but we've got them for future anyway. We might need them. We made our new characters, and actors use those new classes. And yeah, this first task just went through and got the location of the actor that was set as the character's target actor. And then we got our Blackboard, and then we stored it to the selected key ID, and this refers to what you chose from the drop down. When you click on the node, it would set it with the value of target location that we found there and return succeed. If any of these casts did not succeed, you would fail, and it would return fail as well. That's the first one we did, but then we want to make sure we use one which actually had some of these other functions, the abort and the tick as well. So first off, one of the main things I missed was if you want to use the tick, you need this be notified tick on. We didn't have that on initially. But yeah, we came up with a silly behavior. This is not for the character, but for the little pet that they have. Well, the ball. Not a pet, but we're calling it a pet. And the idea is that it would be put into a state where it's waiting to be whistled. So you imagine an owner going to it and saying stay, and walking away, and then they whistle and then it comes over. So this was a state that you'd go in once you've been told to stay. So what happens when we initialize? First off, this is how I ended up setting up an extra parameter. Other than this Blackboard key that you get with this base class that this is based on, we wanted to add another one as well. So this is the way I figured out how to do it. I think it works. I don't know whether it's definitely necessary, but I think it's fine. But when it started, then we got our memory. We reset any local variables we have. And then we do the normal thing of getting who our owner is, who we stored in our target actor. We just repurpose that member there because they're based on the same character class. Then what we did is we bound to an event that we made for the character, which would be fired when we press a button. So when we press K on the keyboard, the character would broadcast a I've whistled event, and this dog would be listening for it. And then it would go ahead, and there was an obedience level thing that I wanted to set in, and that was because it'll come up in a sec. But yeah, then it says it's in progress. Any of those casts fail, then the task fails as well. Okay, so then what would happen? It would come in and it would tick, and it would get your the Blackboard component each time, and it'd need these for if it successful. I guess really it's. Yeah, I guess those cases are a lot less common than this case. So I probably should have done that cast inside of the loops, even if I repeated the code twice. Do it now while I remember. So here, if the dog got distracted, we needed to fail the thing. Yeah, that's fine. And in here, they've received the whistle. Sorry, this is distracting from the summary, but I think it was I wanted to do it, so I did it. Back in there. Like we might be one parenthesis out. What's that one? It's the one that's. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me talk through what we did here. Sorry. So first off, we checked. The idea here would be that the dog could get distracted. So while waiting, if something distracted it, and that was just like a random chance being drawn, then it would fail it would break out of that state, and it would go and explore a random area. Go and pursue that squirrel that it just distracted by, for example. So and the idea here is that the behavior tree would store a variable called obedience level. We've cached it here, so we don't have to get it from the behavior tree each time. We cached it up here, but we just want to practice using this memory as well. But anyway, okay, so if they did get distracted, it would basically say fail. It would remove our binding for whistle because we don't need to listen for it anymore, and then it would tell our behavior tree we're no longer awaiting whistle. So this is one way that you can write to the Blackboard where you have the hard-coded names. But what that means is you can't change that in editor. Then you can't make your own. You can't use this task on your own Blackboard and behavior tree without having to manually name your fields exactly what the code says. So it ties it too much to the class, and that's why we wanted to do this extra member that we set up, this location key, because that allows us to choose from a drop down of what's available on our own Blackboard. So it was more useful to do that. It was a bit of work to get it to work, but we did. So yeah, going back into the tick, if the dog didn't get distracted, it would wait. It would check, have I received the whistle? That would get set from the callback from that event we bound to. But yeah, if it hadn't, then it would just carry on. It'd keep checking. But if it had heard the whistle, we then go ahead and we unbind from the whistle. We don't need to care about any more whistles. The owner may do. We increase the obedience because they've trained up. They'll be better next time because they're getting trained, this dog apparently. And then yeah, by here, this is how we use that extra key that we made. So instead of manually typing in set our target location as a string, what we did is we made this variable that you can choose from a drop down on the node now. So you can hook that up to whatever behavior tree / Blackboard that you're using, as long as it's of the right type of vector. But yeah, we set that to be wherever the person who just whistled was. And then we set this false as well, because this is what was governing the flow in the behavior tree. And then we finished that task. One thing we learned as well, this abort task doesn't get called when you finish tasks. It only gets called if you exit the game prematurely. And I imagine it gets called if you have a decorator on the root branch of what's being executed that has an abort condition, such as abort if this variable changes. So we made it unbind during that as well. Our bindings need some work. I don't think we've used the right type of delegates really here, but yeah. But cool, yeah, that's what we've done, and it gave us that behavior that we wanted. But yeah, it's taken a while, but we got there. And if we go back to here, we've sorted this out. So we did that. So the thing we haven't done is the sensing, really. So by here we have, sorry, that was a, hey JavaSource. Couple CPP tasks. Cool. We have done that now, so I'm happy. We don't need to do, I mean, we might want to code the rest of them, but we don't need